young, uneducated, and unstable, there is a possibility that you could end up on welfare. And there are still some that are able to accomplish their goals as far as completing school, um, getting degrees, and leading, prosperous lives. But then you do have a good portion that are no longer able to do that. So therefore, they're at home, they're struggling. It affects your families, it affects your loved ones, it affects the child. Because if you struggle, then you're not able to provide that type of home or living for the child. So let's say you get pregnant in high school, and let's say you don't graduate. Then that right there only gives you a small amount of window of the type of jobs you can get because you're not educated. You don't have a diploma, you don't have a degree. So let's say that job allows you to, that level of education allows you to get a job that starts at $9 an hour. You get a job doing $9 an hour, 40 hours a week. That's like not a lot of money. It's about $360. And nowadays, childcare, that's more than that. So you're already starting behind the eight ball in the struggle. And now you're struggling, your child is struggling, and that's really not fair for a child to really come into the world under those circumstances. So that's why, we as parents, we always try to stress for our children, wait until you finish school, wait until you get a degree or some type of stability in your life, so that when you do introduce a child into this world, you're able to provide for them in a manner that, that you're comfortable. You don't have to be, making 6 and 7 figures, but you want to be comfortable. You don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. You don't want to wake up in the morning trying to figure out how are you going to feed yourself, let alone feed your child, because they didn't ask for that situation. So it's very important that you know what you want in your life. You have a game plan, and you stick to that game plan. And it's also important for you to know how to prevent putting yourself in that situation. So let's talk about some prevention. First off, the almighty sexually transmitted diseases. So let's not even go to children yet. Let's just talk about what you can get if you go out in the world at a young age, not equipped with all the tools that you need to know, and you go out and you have unprotected sex. The first thing that you need to be worried about is a sexually transmitted disease. You've got gonorrhea, you've got syphilis, you've got chlamydia, you've got crabs, you've got herpes. Those are all diseases that you can get just by having unprotected sex. Some of them go away, some of them don't. Then you have the big HIV. Honey, that ain't going nowhere, and that one will kill you. All the other ones, you can treat them, you can get rid of them, you can treat them and maintain them, and you just have to deal with them for the rest of your life. But HIV, that is no joke. HIV will take you out, eventually. You won't die by the full-blown disease. A majority of people die by the complications that it causes in your body. Now, let's say you move past that. Then that's when you worry about having a baby. You have unprotected sex, all of a sudden, you're not using condoms, you're not on birth control, and then you get pregnant. So that's why it's important. Don't be ashamed to tell somebody, no, I don't want to have sex. Or no, you don't have a condom, we're not having sex. Or no, you're not on the pill, we're not having unprotected sex. We're not doing any of that. You have to be comfortable in yourself to express that to whoever you decide to be intimate with. You also, as teenagers, have to be comfortable with going to your parent and, letting them know, like, hey, I think I'm reaching that point in my life that I may want to do. Even though we may not want that, I feel that it's important for a parent to be receptive to the child coming to that and just be like, no, you better not, don't you have sex, don't you do this. Because even though we feel that we have raised them and we've instilled everything, ultimately it's going to come down to what you decide to do, and we can just hope and pray that you guys make the right decision. But if you decide that you want to go ahead and go against what we said, then us as parents have to be receptive, and we need to take our child and put them on some birth control, or buy them some condoms, and equip you all with the tools that you need, so that you don't come home with something you can't get rid of, either STD or children, because that's a commitment. There's a commitment that doesn't go away ever, ever. Okay. And lastly, what I wanted to mention to you all is just just the attitude. It's just your attitude, how you go, how you approach the whole situation. The key things you need to remember in not getting pregnant is, one, know what you're up against. Two, know how to protect yourself and protect the other person. Condoms, birth control. Don't be ashamed to go and buy them. Don't be ashamed to ask for them. Don't be ashamed to go to your parents and let them know, hey, I need them. And we as parents, I feel that we have to make sure that we are okay with taking care of that, because I know a child who got pregnant at 13, had her baby at 14. She had been telling her mom, and her mom knew and everything, and her mom just, oh no, oh I don't need to, oh I'm gonna take her eventually to go and get on the pill, and she doesn't need it yet or whatever. Her daughter went out and she got pregnant, and she's now 16 with a 1.5-year-old. So just make sure you equip yourself, and just don't be ashamed. Like, if you're bold enough to go out and have sex, you need to be bold enough to talk about it and prepare yourself. Any questions? What's your question? Come on.
I have a question. If you're on birth control and you have unprotected sex, wouldn't that mean you still have to use a condom, because it could still like lead up to having a disease?
Exactly. Girls should protect themselves with birth control, and boys should protect themselves with condoms, because girls don't want to get pregnant and catch anything, and boys don't want to get girls pregnant and catch anything. So that's called, and I'm glad you brought that up, because that is what they call double protection. It's called double protection. Just because you say, oh honey, I got a condom, we're okay. No. I still need to make sure that I'm on the pill, because a condom can break, a pill can fail. And you can get pregnant or you can get a disease, and I don't think y'all want either one of those. Any other questions? No? Thanks, guys. Now y'all have to show me how to